talk radio station in the Inland Empire. KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. Express 106.5 FM.
Welcome, everyone. This is your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, here at the International Wealth Builders Association. We are live every Saturday at noon here in KCAA, and we are very excited to talk about what the International Wealth Builders Association is all about. This organization just started this year, and we launched it here in the city of Temecula, and now we're expanding in the city of San Diego. And Steve Matley is our guest today. He is also part of the International Wealth Builders Association. And I want to welcome Steve. Steve, welcome to the show.
Great. Good to be on the show. Thank you for having me.
So, Steve, I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about what the organization is providing to the community and to the real estate industry. And, you know, when we started this organization, I actually had this conversation with you in regards to providing something solid to the real estate industry in regards to education on the investment side of the business. And I have invited you to be a part of this also. And I brought in Curtis Dawes, who is the real estate broker in the city of Temecula. And we were able to form this organization with no problem at all. So, you know, one of the goals that I see that this organization is going to be able to do for the industry is to create a lot of valuable information coming from the economic development of different cities. I mean, city of Temecula is one of them, but we are able to bring in other cities like Wildomar, Menifee, I believe Canyon Lake. We already brought that in, and now we're bringing in the San Diego city. So how do you feel so far about, you know, being involved in this organization?
Well, as you mentioned, bringing in the actual economic development people, the department, the directors from different cities in the area where each of the chapters meets is a unique strategy. All these clubs, organizations, associations out there for real estate investors, a lot of them have some type of a local market update, and it's usually done by like a realtor who kind of just pulls information off of bureau, labor statistics and congressional record and bureau census and those places, and basically kind of regurgitates what they find and then add it to whatever they know about the local city. But having the actual economic development directors of local cities that present and tell you exactly what they have planned. They tell you they've done a lot of research on their own, because that's their job, is to know what the economic forecast is for their city and what they can do to influence it. Most of us, we can read the information and digest it and say, okay, that's what's going on, but we're not in a position to actually influence the change on that, where the economic development directors are, because they're at the forefront. They're paid by the cities. That's their job, is to increase the economic development of the city. And to have them presenting at the club is unique and different from what most other clubs are doing.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited that we're able to get support from different cities, economic development departments, and they really supported this whole idea of them bringing the information of their upcoming projects within the city. And listening to some of the cities like City of Temecula, City of Menifee, City of Wildomar, I mean, it was tremendous excitement that we were getting from all of these cities in terms of all their upcoming projects. I mean, you've seen some of the projects that they have presented. What do you think about those information?
Well, those are in the inland area. Of course, I work more out of state, and I'm more in San Diego. But any area where you're in, doesn't matter what the city is. We always think of whatever the central city is where it meets, the bigger city where the most of the businesses are. But the fact is, every area you're in is a collection of different municipalities, the county, the unincorporated areas. But there's a collection of different cities, and each has their own unique government agencies and their own plans. And That's why even in the inland, people think of it as just kind of that inland suburbia area, the bedroom community for the coastal counties of Southern California. But the Inland Empire, if it was a state, would be bigger than half of the states in the country. And it's a collection of a bunch of small little towns. It's not like a central city in the metropolitan area like the coastal counties are, or most metropolitan areas, but each one of those has their own plans and major projects go on in many of those jurisdictions, and they're all separate. So you have to be able to get to multiple cities. Even when you get to the larger cities, San Diego, the second largest city in the state of California, there's a lot of stuff going on in San Diego, but there's also a lot of stuff in the independent municipalities that surround it. The county of San Diego has outside of the city of San Diego has about as many people as what's in the city, and they're all in a bunch of different little cities surrounding the big city, and all of them have different plans. They have different developments going in: housing, commercial, industrial, infrastructure improvements, and so there's really never a limit. You don't have to have the same person coming and talking at every meeting and telling you this is what's changed in the last 30 days. Every agency can come and represent a different and tell you what's going on in their city.
Yeah, a lot of exciting information coming out of those different municipalities. Now, you are part of providing the real estate forecast and also giving like a little mini class for the real estate professionals on investing. What are the things that you see doing it in there, or what kind of information you're thinking of bringing in for this section of the meeting?
Well, on the market forecast stuff, obviously, you said that the economic development directors share what they're doing in their cities and some of the information they have. Their perspective is based upon their particular city, but we look at overall market approach, and not just in that area, but what's going on state, regionally, and then what's going on across the country, because all of it's connected. Real estate is a national market. Real estate is a state market. Real estate is a regional market, but it's also made up of a bunch of micro markets. And so, looking at it more from a overall economic standpoint, as opposed to a city plan standpoint, is important too. And both those have to be there. You have to see both perspectives. The investors look at the market different than the agencies, but the agencies have to share what they have going on. Otherwise, we don't know how to respond to that. So all that information is valid. Other information that is good to share with the people in the club is well, you have different people in the club. Some people are just getting started. They're kicking the tires. They've never done it before. They're interested in it, but they don't really know where to start. You have other people that have done some of it. Maybe it didn't go well. Maybe it did. Most people get burned a couple times early on when they're trying this stuff out because they just don't know everything yet. They haven't made the right connections. They haven't learned. They don't have the experience yet. You have other people that are fairly seasoned. They're not gajillionaires by any stretch of the imagination, but they are fairly successful. They're making pretty good money at it. Maybe they're getting to the point where they're replacing their regular job income and looking at moving out of that and going full time into real estate investing. And then you do have the people that have fairly extensive portfolios and are doing quite well. All those people are in the club. And then in addition to that, you have service providers, real estate agents and title people and lenders and escrow and all these kind of people that support it, even trade contractors. So with the topics that we can talk about are almost infinite. They're limitless because everybody needs to hear different things at different times. And even if you're an advanced investor, you can listen to a presentation that's geared towards the beginner and probably pick up on things you didn't know. I have heard people present on projects they've done, kind of give a project profile, and they talk about things, and they've done it extensively. They've done quite a few, some several dozen projects they've done over a decade or so. And in listening to them, you hear about some of the obstacles they had, and you realize that no matter how much they've done, they still don't know everything. They made mistakes because they're trying to learn it on their own. They nobody told them to do something else. And you could be 10, 15, 20 years in this business and come across something you haven't come across before and stub your toe on it, and it can cost you a lot of money or put you in a risk position. And that's why even a basic presentation may have something for someone that's advanced. An advanced presentation may be something that gets a beginning person, while it may be somewhat over their head. It gets them thinking, and it gives them a target, and they're thinking, you know what, I need to make a plan for moving up to that level where that's going to pertain to me. So all of it's valid. And there's a limitless amount of information that can be shared. I look at it as there's an infinite ocean of information out there. The most prolific and experienced real estate investor in their lifetime will gain about a thimbleful of knowledge compared to that infinite ocean. So there's always more you can learn.
Yes. And it was really incredible to bring in some of the business leaders from different organizations. I mean, and they're very supportive of coming to our meeting and providing their own experience also. I mean, these leaders are like, they have massive membership, but they still understood what we're trying to do, and they came out to support us, like Bill Tan from the Los Angeles Real Estate Investment Association. He was there. We also had Dan Reddick from the San Diego Creative Investors Association. We had Karen Hall from the Orange County Real Estate Investment Association. We even have Thomas Chappelle Jr. from the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. I mean, and I remember bringing in also Derek Harms from the North County Real Estate Investment Association. You talk about all this, business leaders in the industry, and they all come together in one meeting. That was incredible, isn't it?
Well, people understand the different investor associations and clubs that are out there, and there's all types of different types. There's privately owned clubs, there's nonprofit clubs, there's the for investor by investor, all these different groups, and they all have different focuses and different personalities. They're not competitors. Some people may look at them that way, but the vast majority of investors that I know are members of multiple of those organizations because each one offers something different. It's got a different mix of people, different mix emphasis. It's got different types of instructors. It's got a different networking group, and they're not competitive. They're really more collaborative. They share back and forth because overall, real estate investors as a group, there's a lot of them. Even here in Southern California, there's a lot of them. But it's still a fairly small fraternity. My guess is you could go to any real estate investor association or club meeting, and if you talk to 10 people, 8 of those 10 people will know people that you already know. So it's a pretty tight knit group, even though it seems to be a lot of them, and they seem to be spread out a lot. So again, it's more collaborative, and the clubs, like I say, having those other associations support it, it's because the clubs, they tend to work together. And I've seen the leaders of one club be the featured speaker at another club. And so they share back and forth. And I think that's important because everybody's kind of in the same boat together. And while each one's got their own little projects they're going to sink or swim on, everybody's kind of also in the same big boat, and that boat's either going to sink or swim. And so they have to help each other out.
Well, we're going to take a break, Steve, and I wanted to expand that discussion. But for you out there, don't go away. We will be right back. And you're going to hear more from Steve in regards to the International Wealth Builders Association.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing, and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Real Men of Real Estate.
Men of Real Estate radio show here on KCAA.
Homes, mortgages can be purchased.
All of us want to live in thriving communities.
Basically, go to the radio station KCAAradio.com.
You can find us on your dial at 102.3 FM, 1050 AM, as well as 106.5 FM.
Choose power today and help us create a cleaner planet. Over the past years, utility prices have rapidly increased. Power provides home energy solutions that would save money. Power is the world's first virtual solar company that aims to adopt sustainable energy worldwide. Our company delivers low-cost, clean, and reliable energy solutions. The solar investment allows you to become eligible for an income tax credit. The solar investment is a great way to provide long-term value. Power is the first solar company that reduces carbon footprint for a cleaner environment. Power is experienced and one of the fastest growing solar companies in the United States, which provide the best solutions according to your needs. Call today for your free solar consultation. Join us as one of our ambassadors and earn $1,000. Earn $1,000 when the installation is completed. Free sign up at www.power.com/marie.wait/ambassador. Feel good about what powers your life. Marie Wait, your solar consultant. 95137855316. Enjoy your life with solar.com.
Are you a real estate investor looking for a new opportunity in one of the top tourist destinations in the world? Look no further. Welcome to Punta Cana. Perla Bahia is a private resort-style community in Punta Cana that consists of modern condos, custom villas, and various commercial amenities. So if you're interested in learning more or joining us on one of our monthly investment tours, don't hesitate to contact me today at 909-494-2280.
Welcome back to the International Wealth Builders Association, and I'm your host today, Marie Antoinette Waite, and my guest is Steve Matley. We were talking about the value of bringing a lot of people, business leaders in the real estate investment industry, and providing all kinds of information and working together and being very, supportive for each other. Now, Steve, when we did the meeting for the International Wealth Builders Association here in the city of Temecula, we also brought the format of panel discussion and also bringing a speaker and talking about a specific topic. Now, the panel discussion was pretty broad in so many different ways. How did you feel about the discussion among all these leaders that are coming from different organizations?
The benefit of a panel discussion, but there's pros and cons each way. Having one speaker speak about something can be very interesting and informative. Panel discussion is great because if you have just one speaker and you can't relate to that speaker or what they're saying, you're kind of out of luck for the whole presentation. With a panel speaker, you're probably going to identify with one or more of the panelists, even if you don't identify with all. Or two, each person is not limited to just what they know. The rest of the panel fills in. So there's a lot more information or broader perspective. And sometimes all the panels don't necessarily agree. They tend to be agreeable in the way they talk, but they don't always agree on everything. And it's great to have that discussion. They can compare thoughts and you can get different perspectives. The panel discussion also has a variety of experiences, education, backgrounds, and all of that's shared. And a lot of times on a panel, they're different disciplines. They're related. They work together, but there may be an attorney and a title company and a city representative and different people on the panel. So when you do the panel discussions, provide an opportunity to get a lot more information. It doesn't get boring because it's not just one person talking, it's different people. It's more conversational. It tends to be more interactive and interpersonal, especially when you do a Q&A. And I think the panel discussion is a great way to go. And I think as far as educating people, it provides, I think, a much more broad and probably more accurate information because, again, you're playing off of the different people on the panel who will have their own expertise. The panel discussions that the IWBA has had so far, different experts coming from different areas, it's been interesting because they came from geographically different areas. Yeah. They're also in California, but geographically different. And again, real estate is a bunch of micro markets. So they have those perspectives. They come from different backgrounds. They come from the funding side. They come from the city side. They come from investor side. And interesting to see the different perspectives on that. So I'm a big fan of the panel discussion.
Yeah, and I love the questions that were being asked during the panel discussion because, some of these questions are truly, people are thinking about it, but they never got the answer. So by participating on a panel discussion, they're able to get more information out of it.
Yeah, it's very interactive, and that means the audience itself is like another panel member.
Exactly. So let's move on to the next part of the meeting, which is what we call have and wants. And this is being managed by Thomas Chappelle. And he was very good in hosting and moderating this section, which is, I found it very interesting how he created it, because it's totally different from what I experienced with the other organization. Can you share your thoughts about how he managed that have and wants?
Well, Thomas, of course, is a great facilitator. He's one of your hosts for Real Men of Real Estate. I've had him on as a guest on my radio show, Building Solid Foundations. And he's very articulate, extremely intelligent. He runs the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investor Group. And way Thomas runs haves and wants. Most clubs you have and wants. Basically, you sign up on a board or you line up, and everybody just says, "I have this piece of property available. I'm looking for someone to invest," or "I need a loan for this amount of money," or "I'm looking for a real estate attorney to help me through something." So it's what I have that's available to people. It's what I need. Does anybody here have something to fill in? When Thomas does the haves and wants, it's a little different because a lot of people don't participate in haves and wants because they go, "I don't have a piece of property. I don't need a loan. I don't have money to lend. I don't, none of that kind of stuff." So there's nothing for me to contribute, especially say the service providers, the people that come in that are vendors, kind of. They have a service to offer to the investors. Thomas likes to do a round robin where he calls people and say, he goes one by one and walks through and says, "Everybody here has something or needs something, or you wouldn't have come to the meeting." And he'll call them. And he's okay, so if you're a vendor, you have something for somebody. What do you have? What do you do? Why should they use you? How can you solve a problem? What problems do you solve? And he draws that out of them. And I think it's very beneficial because it gets people talking that wouldn't normally talk. He may also, it also is the point of, there's probably something that you need, not just something you have, there's probably something you need. What problem do you have? What void do you have? What's missing in what you're doing? Whether you're an investor or a real estate agent or a lender or whoever you are, a plumber, whatever you are, what do you need? And then it prompts people to say, I wasn't going to say anything, but honestly, what I could really need is I need, I got this problem. I need an accountant. Well, then 3 people pop up and say, "Oh, I have a great accountant for you." So it makes a great exchange. And I love the way Thomas does that because he gets people involved, gets people participative, and it becomes really a roundtable as opposed to a stand up for 30 seconds and just give an elevator speech on what I have.
Yeah, he did an excellent job in our last meeting, and I was very impressed on the participation that we received from the people that attended the meeting. And so with that whole concept of meeting, I also found that the networking part of it happens in the beginning and at the end of the meeting. And there were a lot of networking going on. And since we are also going to be online this month, it's going to be on September 28th starts at 5:30 p.m. People can attend for free to be an online meeting with all the organizers and the speakers and panelists, right? So I think that's really exciting for people to be able to join coming from different locations.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. And we have very, very interesting, very experienced people that attend the meetings. One thing I learned is you can go to a place where they fill the room with a lot of people, just masses of people. And that seemed like, oh, what a great meeting because all the people showed up. But how many people did you really connect? How many people did you really talk to? How many people, you may have walked around with business cards, but how many people did you really come away with that you can build a business relationship or really talk and get your feels? A very small group. I find it sometimes better to little smaller, tighter groups where there's more interaction. And the great thing about having more interaction and having networking front and back, a lot of times you do networking up front, which is great. It gets the ice broken. People get to meet people. It's informal, and you're kind of waiting for the stragglers to come in anyways, and then we can start on time. Everybody's in the room. It's great, whether it's the virtual room or a physical room. But afterwards, a lot of things come up after you've done haves and wants. After there's been announcements, after there's been a panel discussion or a speaker, and people triggers things. And the problem is in most places, that's the meeting's over. And you can't, how do you track people down? You think, oh, I need to talk to this person about that. That just came up. They're gone. And a lot of times it's not that they don't want to do it, but there are time limits on the spaces they rent and those kind of things, or the Zoom clock's running out or whatever. And so, LA Real Estate Group does that very well. Bill Tan does a great job of upfront networking and then out in the back, much more informal networking. And I think it's great to have both, because a lot of times you find out during the meeting who you need to talk to about what. And so you have a chance to go catch that person before they disappear and you didn't get their contact.
Yes, I am actually very happy with this format. I benefited from it myself, and knowing that these are the things that are coming out of it based on the way it was structured. So, so with the networking that we're doing online and meeting so many different people from outside the area, that's another extended opportunity for us to be able to receive from this format, because now we're going to be meeting people from outside California. And I remember getting people, inviting people from Washington, from Florida, from North Carolina, and think about all the opportunities that you can get from that, right?
Yeah, again, the benefits both ways. Doing in person, you get to talk to somebody, meet them face to face, look them in the eye, have a discussion. There's nothing like two individual human beings having a direct connection and conversation, looking each other in the face. On the other hand, that's limited by geography and who physically can show up. When you do the virtual, the net gets much bigger, and the clubs that can do very well with the virtual, they bring people in from across the country and even around the world sometimes, and that opens you up to other markets. Now, for example, my company, we do projects all the way across the country in multiple states. So it's great to have people in other states that can attend those meetings. I can talk to somebody in another area and say, look, why don't you just log in this meeting, attend this? And yes, it's happening in Southern California, but it doesn't matter. It's just, you just join us. And it's nice to have that available. And I think the best clubs mix that up a little bit. They do both. If you can do both well, you serve both sides of the audience. You can get the larger group together to talk about things, but you also have a chance on occasion to meet each other face to face and actually physically have an interaction.
And that's actually the goal for the International Wealth Builders Association, where we have online meetings and we also have quarterly in-person meetings that is going to happen every, actually October is the next one for in-person, and then January is going to be the next one for the in-person meeting, and in between it's going to be all online meetings.
Right.
Anyway, we're going to take a break, and don't go away. There's more to come with Steve here at the International Wealth Builders Association. I'm your host, Marie Wade, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services, including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing, and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Real Men of Real Estate.
Men of Real Estate radio show here on KCAA.
Most mortgages can be purchased.
All of us want to live and thrive in communities.
Basically, go to the radio station KCAA-radio.com.
You can find us on your dial at 102.3 FM, 1050 AM, as well as 106.5 FM.
Choose power today and help us create a cleaner planet. Over the past years, utility prices have rapidly increased. Power provides home energy solutions that would save money. Power is the world's first virtual solar company that aims to adopt sustainable energy worldwide. Our company delivers low-cost, clean, and reliable energy solutions. The solar investment allows you to become eligible for an income tax credit. The solar investment is a great way to provide long-term value. Power is the first solar company that reduces carbon footprint for a cleaner environment. Power is experienced and one of the fastest growing solar companies in the United States, which provide the best solutions according to your needs. Call today for your free solar consultation. Join us as one of our ambassadors and earn $1,000. Earn $1,000 when the installation is completed. Free sign up at www.power.com/marie.wade/ambassador. Feel good about what powers your life. Marie Wade, your solar consultant. 951-378-5316. Enjoy your life with solar.com.
Are you a real estate investor looking for a new opportunity in one of the top tourist destinations in the world? Look no further. Welcome to Punta Cana. Perla Bahia is a private resort-style community in Punta Cana that consists of modern condos, custom villas, and various commercial amenities. So if you're interested in learning more or joining us on one of our monthly investment tours, don't hesitate to contact me today at 909-494-2280.
Welcome back here at the International Wealth Builders Association radio talk show, and I'm your host today, Marie Antoinette Wade, and our guest is Steve Matley. And in the last segment, we were able to talk about the format of the online meeting, actually the benefits of the online meeting, and also the benefits of having an in-person meeting. And now, my question for you, Steve, if someone is out there who has not had any kind of experience on investing, what would you advise for them to expect or to really go after when they're attending this kind of meetings?
It's interesting you said that, because there was another association that I spoke at a couple of times where I actually gave tips for beginners, because all of us start somewhere. There's a gym that I go to, and they have a picture on the wall of somebody lifting up the smallest little dumbbell in the world with their pinky and their thumb. Says you got to start somewhere, and that's true in everything, not just physical exercise, but in real estate investing. No matter what you do, you've got to start somewhere, and it's difficult because there tends to be people that when you go into any group, most people there either know nothing, they know less than you, or they've been around a while and they know so much more than you that it's hard to get the information because they're kind of advanced and they assume they forget how much they learned along the way. It's easy to do that. So the tips I would say to start off with is, first of all, you have to learn what are the different types of projects and opportunities there are, because that's a huge scene. You can't do everything. You can't know everything. And whatever you pick to do, you really need to learn it and understand it. And you can't do that over time. You can do a lot of different things, but starting out, pick something. Now, a lot of people come in, and what they want to do is what they saw on television. They saw someone do a fix and flip on television. They saw someone do an Airbnb on television, right? They saw someone do whatever, do an ADU on television. Unfortunately, the television is great for entertainment and inspiration. It's really bad for tutorial and actually teaching you what works. And a lot of times, those are entertainment shows. Those projects cannot fail, because they have a national sponsor and a national network behind them, and it doesn't matter if you ever sell or if they pencil out for rentals, because they're still going to make money. They're getting paid because they're entertainers, not because they're real estate investors. You just understand those. And a lot of times the people that are doing those, while they're put forth as experts, they're not experts. They're actors. They're the ones that got through the audition, and they had charisma and connectivity, and they look like they could build an audience and make a great show. Well, that's fair enough, but that doesn't really mean they know much about real estate, and they're trying to create an interesting drama show to bring emotion into it. So people show up with that. But what they really need to learn is, how does this really work? And they need to talk. They need to find people that have done this and talk to them and say, okay, what did you do to get started? So one thing is, where do I find money? Most people come in, they don't have money. They think they need to have a lot of money to do this. Now, they can, if they have money, certainly they can invest it, but you don't want to throw all your money at risk either. But a lot of people start the way I did without any of my own money because I didn't have any. So you use what all other people's money. Now, in order to do that, you better have something else to bring to the party. That means you better have some experience and knowledge. Now, I did have background working for a long time as a construction manager, construction management consultant, helping even on the front end development stuff. Okay, but I also had two partners. So you go find who can I connect with. So one of the things you come in with is how do I connect with people? How do I get people to work with me? And they're not just, if you walk up to them and say, hey, I want you to work with me so that I can make a lot of money and teach me everything you know. That's not going to go. They don't have time for that. But if you come with an approach of getting to know them, first of all, people want to work with who they know, like, and trust. So it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you keep going to the meetings and talking to people and listening to them and exchanging information with them and kind of absorbing like a sponge what they have to say and listening to the speakers, you learn things. But you'll also learn what they need. If you listen, you'll find out this is something this person needs. Is there something I can do to fill it up? Maybe they need money and you don't have it, but there's people you know that have money that would like something better than just your mutual funds to invest in it. Right? So then you say, oh, wait a minute, what if I connected this person that has the money to these people over here that need it for a project? And if by connecting them, maybe there's something in it for me. Maybe I can get paid a little referral fee. Maybe I can, they'll help me, I can be part of the project, a little junior partner with them because I'm helping them to fund it. And if you have something to bring to the party, people will let you stay at the party. And that's the way we are with my company. People come in, and if they have something to bring to the party, they're welcome to play with us. And I don't have time I don't teach things, I don't have a program and that kind of stuff. But I'll spend time with people and mentor people that have something to do with contributing to the project, whether it's money or time or expertise or some land they need to do something with, whatever it is. So I think that's the key is first identify what kind of project I want to get into and who are the people I need to connect with and what can I do to bring something to them so that they'll learn.
That is actually a really good information for people to start with when they're getting into this kind of groups, because there's so many people out there that sometimes, I wonder, how do I start with this? Who are the people that I want to work with? Because it could be scary for other people that, you have the money and you don't know if you can trust them, right?
That's right. So you learn how to vet people. Again, then maybe one of the people you want to meet is someone that really knows good how to vet projects and vet people.
Yes, and let's expand that part of it. Vetting people. I mean, what are the ways that you vet people, Steve?
Well, you have to vet both people and projects. So let's look at the people first. The project has to stand on its own, no matter who the people are, as a pencil. But separate for that, the people that run the project can either make or break a project, even if everything is set up to work, because it has to be managed properly. So we have to look at what their background is. How long have they done this? You probably don't want to invest with somebody who's doing this project for the first time. Especially if you're doing it for the first time. You don't want to be a first person in and partner with someone who's doing it for the first time. That's pretty dangerous. You want to find people that have not just experience. See, a lot of people have been doing it for a lot of years, but they haven't been successful. They have a series of crash and burn projects. So you want to look at people that have been successful. It doesn't mean they've never had a failure, because they probably have if they've been in this business at some point. But they've had a much more success than the few failures that taught them some lessons along the way. And so you want to look at that background and not just what they say, but do some research. The great thing is today we have a friend that'll help us find everything out. Name is Google. And you can go in and find everything about everybody pretty much, right? Just research and search and dig and dig and dig. And we have more information at our fingertips than a private investigator would have had 30 years ago. So we can find those things out. Now, again, is all that accurate information out there? No, you have to look at that information and compare everything up and see, okay, where's the patterns here? Where does this work? Just because somebody has a bad Yelp review doesn't mean they're a horrible person. That could just be somebody who was put in there. But if there's 40 bad comments on their social media and their Yelp reviews, and there's taxings against them and all kinds of stuff, that's probably a pretty indictments against them and those kind of things. So you want to vet people by looking at that, looking at the background. There's actually now some clubs, if you're a member of the club, you can actually get access to skip tracing software where you can actually research them, find out what's going on in their background. That's available to you. Now, you can't misuse it, but vetting somebody you may invest with is a perfectly valid use of that software.
Well, now, so let's say they found a partner that has a good, record and accomplishments. Now, how important is it to bring in a lawyer if you're going to partner and have some sort of an agreement in terms of any kind of project you want to work with?
So that goes to kind of vetting the project. So when you have the project, there's some kind of an agreement in place. And whether that's an LLC operating agreement, a purchase and sale agreement for the property, a joint venture agreement, whatever it is, any agreement between two people, you want to have an attorney and the right kind of attorney. So when I say an attorney, well, there's multiple types of attorney. You need multiple. So when you figure a project out, first of all, you need to find a transaction attorney, a real estate attorney, or a business contract attorney that can read through what you're doing, depending whether it's a joint venture or you're forming an entity to do this, or if it's just a purchase and sale, that's a real estate attorney. You also may want to talk to a tax attorney to make sure you're doing things the right way. If you structure things the wrong way, you can really get eaten alive on the taxes or put yourself in liability. If you're going to be taking possession of property or doing construction work and rehab work, I would talk to a great insurance person. Have them read all your contracts, because see, they might say things like, in your policy it says you'll never sign a contract that has that clause in it right there, and if you sign that, you don't have insurance. So, well, you probably don't know that because you didn't read your insurance. You didn't understand it if you did. It's legalese. They know that. They can help you with it. So you want to talk to attorneys, and a lot of people, when they start, they say, well, I can't really afford it. So for right now, I'll do it this way. I have a couple of friends that looked at it. The guy I'm working with seems pretty trustworthy. So, and my sister worked with them before, so I'll do that. And I don't have the money. Well, here's what I would say. If you don't have the money to pay for an attorney to review the contracts, then you don't have enough money.
Say that again, you don't have enough money to...
If you don't have enough money to pay for the attorney to review the documents for a project, then you don't have enough money to do the project. That's part of your project budget. If there's money coming into the project, especially if it's coming out of your pocket, paying an attorney is part of that. That's a very important piece of the puzzle.
Okay, so they can never eliminate working with a lawyer.
Right, and that doesn't mean they have to write things from scratch. That's expensive, but you can have them review contracts, and that usually is fairly inexpensive and pretty quick. If you find a good transactional attorney, and there's some that specialize in that. That's what they do. They read contracts. They're familiar with them. Most contracts are kind of boilerplate templates, so they kind of know what to look for, and they can scan through it and find things, and they're looking for those little dangerous clauses that says, hey, by the way, did you know if you sign this, you agreed that if anything goes wrong, even if it's their fault, you've agreed to defend them and pay for their attorney fees while they sue you.
Amazing.
Okay. I want to know that, right?
Yes, yes. Well, I'm so glad that you mentioned that. I mean, I could talk about this, more, but we have a short time right now. We're going to take a commercial break, and in our next segment, we're going to try and summarize everything and get more insight from Steve here at the International Wealth Builders Association. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and don't go away. We will be right back.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing, and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Real Men of Real Estate.
Men of Real Estate radio show here on KCAA.
Notes, mortgages can be purchased.
All of us want to live in thriving communities.
Basically, go to the radio station KCAA radio.com.
You can find us on your dial at 102.3 FM, 1050 AM, as well as 106.5 FM.
Choose power today. and help us create a cleaner planet. Over the past years, utility prices have rapidly increased. Power provides home energy solutions that would save money. Power is the world's first virtual solar company that aims to adopt sustainable energy worldwide. Our company delivers low-cost, clean, and reliable energy solutions. The solar investment allows you to become eligible for an income tax credit. The solar investment is a great way to provide long-term value. Power is the first solar company that reduces carbon footprint for a cleaner environment. Power is experienced and one of the fastest growing solar companies in the United States, which provide the best solutions according to your needs. Call today for your free solar consultation. Join us as one of our ambassadors and earn $1,000. Earn $1,000 when the installation is completed. Free sign up at www.power.com/marie.wade/ambassador. Feel good about what powers your life. Marie Wade, your solar consultant. 95137855316. Enjoy your life with solar.com.
Are you a real estate investor looking for a new opportunity in one of the top tourist destinations in the world? Look no further. Welcome to Punta Cana. Perla Bahia is a private resort-style community in Punta Cana that consists of modern condos, custom villas, and various commercial amenities. So if you're interested in learning more or joining us on one of our monthly investment tours, don't hesitate to contact me today at 999-494-2280.
Welcome back to the International Wealth Builders Association, and I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Wake. We are on our last segment with Steve Matley, our guest. And Steve, that was incredible, all the information that you have shared on our segments. And so this time, I want you to give us the main advice that you can give to our listeners in regards to attending a real estate investment clubs like International Wealth Builders Association.
Well, we've talked about a lot of the benefits already. And again, even if you're seasoned, there's always more to learn. So the way to learn is to go hang around a lot of people that do it. So if you want to be successful in real estate, you have to hang around people who have been successful in real estate. Just like if you want to catch a cold, go hang out with people that have a cold. You'll catch a cold. If you want to catch success in real estate, go hang out with people that have success in real estate. You'll catch that too. Just hang around long enough, right? And be interactive. And don't just show up, eat the food, sit in a corner, and not participate. Go talk to people, shake their hand, talk, and listen to them. When we ask them questions, what do you do? Why do you do that? How did you get started? What do you think is your biggest obstacle? What do you think the market's going in the next few months? Ask those kind of questions and get their opinions, and you'll probably get. If you talk to 100 people, you've got 100 different opinions on that. That's okay. Sort through that, kind of figure it out. The more information, the better. Get yourself educated, get yourself up to speed. And again, a lot of, especially on the type of projects that you want to do. Pick projects that you're excited about. Don't pick things because you say, well, that's got the highest ROI, so that's what I'm going to do. No, pick something that, you can make money in any type of real estate. And having a steady cash flow is over time is just as good as a real quick windfall over 18 months or whatever, only better because you don't pay all the taxes at once. So there's different strategies, and you can do a little of everything over time. But learn what you need to get the projects you want to do, and figure out what kind of projects you want to do. Hang around those people, ask those questions, go to multiple clubs, go through and look and say what clubs are around. Check them out. The ones that fit you. The ones that seem like these are the kind of people I want to talk to. This is the kind of stuff I want to do. Hang out with them more. It's okay to go to a club and say, that one wasn't really a fit for me. That's not my personality. That's fair enough. And go find some other clubs and make a regular habit of going back to the handful of clubs that you fit in best and get to know people and build relationships. Time builds relationships.
Yes. So here's the thing: the International Wealth Builders Association has the online meetings available to you. There's also a quarterly in-person meetings available to you. And we also have the radio show every Saturday at noon.
And that's something they can tune into and listen to without having to go to a meeting. They can listen in the car.
Exactly. And we have amazing hosts. Actually, we have Dr. Sharon Barnes, who talks about ADU and a lot of real estate topics. We also have Latoya Tillett, who's a real estate broker, and she brings a lot of experts. And we have Jasmine Willow, who is also talking about note investing. And this is another show that we're able to bring you, Steve. And I'm very happy that we were able to have you as a guest today. And so, Steve, can you please let everyone know about your show too on Building Solid Foundation and what they can learn from it?
Yeah, so besides this show, International Wealth Builders Association, there's the Real Men of Real Estate show that a lot of the same people I've had as a guest and you've had on there. That's also on the same station. And then my show, Building Solid Foundations. Now, my show talks about things, most probably 70% is real estate investing, finance, economics, those type of things. That's what I know. But I also talk about other things because I do believe in a balanced life. We talk about health and well-being and art and different kind of things. But most of it tends to focus around what I know, which is real estate development, construction management, economics, those type of things, business management, leadership. So that's on twice a week. So it's not two different shows. It's Thursday at 3 p.m. and then a replay on Sundays at 2 p.m. because the weekend audience tends to be different. Day audience catches there. Marie, we also have the Roku channel. We have the Amazon Fire TV channel. We have the Android channel, Building Solid Foundations channel, free on all those platforms. The radio station has us archived on their website. They also have us on platform, the podcast platforms, and the individual segments for most of these shows go up on YouTube as well.
Yes, there's a lot of information for you guys. You can access it in so many different ways. I think that, learning real estate investment is a great opportunity for all of you out there. I myself benefited from it. And, if I can do it, anyone can do it, right, Steve?
I agree. A lot of people look at me and they say, well, you're like the land guy genius. And I say, actually, I have two partners that know more than I'll ever know. So there's always somebody that knows more than you, and it's great to be partnered with them. And the other thing is, they say, well, you must be super smart because, you teach at college. And I say, well, I was actually graduated in half the class that makes it possible. And if my high school guidance counselor knew I taught in college, they'd be shocked. So you don't have to be that bright to do this. Hang around with people, absorb the information, and again, work with people who know that.
There you go, everyone. Thank you, Steve, for all this amazing information that you shared with us. And again, this is the International Wealth Builders Association, and you want to make sure that you tune in every Saturday at noon here at KCAA Radio. And there, again, we are available on 15 streaming channels. We are also on YouTube, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Android under Building Solid Foundation. Make sure you subscribe on Building Solid Foundation channels in order to see and access all these shows. But I thank you, all of you, for listening and tuning into our show. And, definitely share this information to the other connections you have. We are here every Saturday at noon, and I appreciate all of you. Again, we're going to see you next Saturday, and thank you again, Steve, for being in our show.
Thank you for having me. It was a great conversation.
All right. Well, bye now, everybody. Have an amazing weekend.